Now, depending on the inspector, you may be able to make a very broad statement that you would check each of the lights and you would make sure that they're clean, clear, not cracked or broken, properly mounted, and are the appropriate color. And that you would do that with each of the lights. That has been accepted by the examiners. This is a very recent change, but you can certainly take that approach with him to see if that meets his requirements for checking each of the lights. When that was done recently, that took care of all the lights on the side of the bus and on the front of the bus. Walking to the rear of the bus, because those lights are slightly different. And as we walk back there, remember we have the backup lights, okay? I would be prepared to point them out, even though in the past the examiner really didn't care about the backup lights. But make sure you know that those lights are there, but in order to make them, to activate them, you need to have the motor running and the transmission in reverse. Then those lights will come on. And also don't forget, you've got turn signals and four-ways along the side of the motor coach. And you have reflectors that are included in these two lights, two marker lights on the bottom of the bus. Continuing towards the back, here is another turn signal four-way flasher, also a backup light. And then of course you have the marker lights, top corner and bottom corner back here. Now around the rear of the coach, okay, you want to point out your marker lights at the top, and then don't forget your brake lights in the middle here. You have three lights that come on with the brakes. As you can see, these are your turn signals and four-way flashers. This is your tail light. Both of these are brake lights, and your backup light here, followed by a red reflector here on the bottom at the bumper. In addition, you have two white lights that illuminate the license plate in the back. Okay, those are turned on right now. Don't forget to point them out that they are there. Okay, continuing to the front, and again, these were checked at the front of the bus, so we know they work. And as long as they're not cracked or broken and are securely fastened to the motor coach, that's acceptable. Here you have the backup lights, two of them, one at the rear and one here. Turn signal four-way flasher. And if your examiner asks about this light, this is your kneeling light. You also have a buzzer or alarm that you hear when the bus is in the kneeled position. Usually because they're not accustomed to really dealing with buses that kneel, they don't ask about this light, but be prepared to talk about that if the examiner were to ask about it. Initially, when the examiner comes out, you could start with the lights in the front of the bus, starting at the top with the marker lights, then moving down to the headlights. Also, don't forget the high beam and low beam switching from one to the other. Also, the turn signals, left and right, your four-way flashers, and all the way at the bottom, the fog lights. The examiner will take a look at those lights, and as you call them out, be sure to have the door open and the window open next to you so that the examiner can hear you. He will give you a thumbs up as you go through that sequence and each of the lights are working. Now, he will also move to look at the lights on the driver's side of the bus, and he will monitor them at the same time that he's monitoring the front lights. Then he will move over to the door side of the bus, and he will look at the lights on the door side as well. So in essence, all of the lights on the front and on both sides of the bus will be confirmed working from his position in the front of the bus.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.